Our story for today is Cinderella. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother, Lady Nastilda, and two stepsisters, Horribella and Terribella. Cinderella was sweet and gentle. Lady Nastilda liked being nasty. Horribella and Terribella were mean and selfish. They treated Cinderella like a housemaid. From morning to evening, poor Cinderella swept and mopped, sewed and cooked, washed and cleaned. While her sisters wore the finest dresses, Cinderella had only old clothes to wear. But Horribella and Terribella never looked as pretty as Cinderella did. One day, the royal messenger made an announcement. All the young ladies of the kingdom are invited to the princess ball. The prince was a brave young man. He hoped to marry a girl who was intelligent, kind, and caring. On the evening of the royal ball, Horribella and Terribella were busy dressing up. They hoped that the prince would marry one of them. Cinderella, bring me my yellow gown, screamed Horribella. It was a lovely dress, but Horribella looked perfectly horrible in it. Cinderella, my hair is a mess, cried Terribella. Cinderella brushed her sister's hair, but Terribella still looked terrible. What will I wear to the ball? Cinderella asked timidly. Horribella and Terribella snorted with laughter. Cindy, our housemaid, wants to go to the princess ball? Tears filled Cinderella's eyes. After they were gone, she sat in the garden and wept. All of a sudden, there was a shower of tiny, shiny stars. Do not cry, my dear child, said a loud and cheerful voice. A plump little lady carrying a bright pink umbrella floated down from the sky. Swoosh! Cinderella, I am your fairy godmother, she said. Get up now, we have work to do. We must get you ready for the royal ball. Cinderella gasped. She couldn't believe her eyes. Fetch me a big pumpkin, fairy godmother said to Cinderella. Then she turned to Cinderella's cat. Bring me a rat and 6 mice. Cinderella and her cat rushed to do as they were told. Fairy godmother waved her magic wand. Abracadabra! The pumpkin turned into a lovely golden coach. The 6 mice turned into beautiful white horses. The rat turned into a coachman. Fairy godmother tapped Cinderella with her wand. Abracadabra! Lo and behold, Cinderella was wearing a lovely silk gown, beautiful jewels, and pretty glass slippers. Have a good time at the ball, dear, said Fairy Godmother. But remember, at the last stroke of midnight, the magic will fade. You must be home before then. At the ball, all eyes were on Cinderella. The prince and Cinderella danced all evening. After the dance, they sat in the garden and talked for a long time. They both fell deeply in love with each other. Suddenly, the clock began to strike 12. I must leave, cried Cinderella. As she rushed down the staircase, one of Cinderella's glass slippers dropped off her foot. The prince picked up the glass slipper and ran after her. "Wait!" he cried. "I do not even know your name." But the golden coach drove away quickly. Cinderella reached home just in time. The coach turned back into a pumpkin. Cinderella was in her old clothes again. 6 mice in a rut scurried round her feet. Cinderella sighed. All she had left was one glass slipper. The next day, the royal messenger made an announcement. "Every young lady in the kingdom must try on this glass slipper. The prince wishes to marry the girl whose foot fits the slipper." The prince's footman carried the glass slipper to every house in the kingdom, but the slipper didn't fit anybody. At last, the footman reached Cinderella's house. Horribella and Terribella tried hard to stuff their big feet into the slipper, but it wouldn't fit. The footman's eyes fell on Cinderella. "You must try it on too, miss," he said. "But she is just a maid!" cried the horrible, terrible stepsisters. Cinderella gently slid her feet into the glass slipper. It was a perfect fit. She also showed them her other glass slipper. At the palace that evening, the prince asked Cinderella, "Will you marry me?" "I will," said Cinderella. Soon afterwards, the prince and Cinderella were married, and they lived happily ever after.